Rusev Crusher has crushed a new deal with WWE and he is here to destroy the entire roster. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling. We've got another big European guy on the roster now. You have Gunther, now you have Rusev, and we talk about the nipples a lot, the nipples of Gunther. Well, hopefully we can start talking and maybe even seeing the nipples of Lana, because Rusev's hot wife has joined him in his return to WWE. Now, apparently they both signed 2-year deals, but their deals are different. Rusev has signed, he's signed like a normal deal. He's there as a wrestler. He's signed a contract and whatnot. However, Lana has reportedly signed a Legends deal now. I mean, we can talk about Lana, CJ Perry, and Legend. I don't think they belong in the same sentence, but that seems to be what she has signed. Now, does that mean that she's going to be used sporadically? Maybe she's not going to be on screen much. I certainly don't think she's going to be getting used as a wrestler, but we will see what happens, and we'll talk a little bit about that going forward. But Rusev did make his return then Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania, the Raw after WrestleMania, Alpha Academy. Rusev Crusher. Dun, 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 dun. Rusev comes out, you know, the Bulgarian brute, and he beats them down, he batters them, and listen, I liked Rusev. I think that Rusev, you look at Rusev back in the day, McMahon, you know, McMahon knew how to get the heels over, especially the foreign heels. And the Rusev thing, I mean, really worked, alright? He wasn't the biggest guy, but he did have this, like, unique kind of look to him. You know, he was a decent size, you know, not the tallest, but he was beefy. He was, like, stocky, built, had a decent offense, just looked like an intimidating guy, looked like a guy that would murder you in the streets and not even think for a second, you know, have no remorse or whatnot. And then you also act in the fact that, you know, he had the broken English, which I think made him a little bit scarier. And then he had the hot wife. He had Lana, who was like the Russian manager, the wife of Rusev, and the whole dynamic worked really well. And it did. You had Rusev, who was the destroyer, Rusev Crusher. You know, Rusev would get in the ring, crush his opponents, and Lana would come out looking hot and speaking in Russian and cutting the promos and doing the whole anti-American, you know, we are from Eastern Europe or whatever, you know. So that stuff kind of worked, and obviously it led to probably Rusev's most noticeable moment, memorable moment, which would be the WrestleMania match with John Cena, and he came out in a fucking tank. I mean, what more can you want? You know, that's pretty damn good. Now, some people will go, well, no, is it the best thing was Rusev Day? Rusev Day with Aiden English. Let's be honest, right? Rusev Day absolutely sucked, and I don't know why anybody would care about Rusev Day or that little gimmick that he had going. I mean, I call it a gimmick. All it was literally some guy saying Rusev Day. It was garbage. But when you look at the kind of wrestling fans that exist these days, you know, that they've got this, like, I don't know, they're really like, they're easily pleased, okay? You don't have to put on, like, sophisticated television or interesting storylines or, you know, nothing like that. I mean, you put on the most, like, basic, boring shit, like the lowest IQ shit known to man, the slowest, most boring, you know, like, two-dimensional shit going, and that's all people, me, wrestle, find out who is better. You know, that's all these people want, so of course, you give them some shit, lame, throwaway Rusev Day catchphrase, and they're going to be all over that shit. But Rusev Day, the catchphrase, fucking sucked, alright? It wasn't good. Rusev, originally, when he first came in with Lana, that was good. The monster heel from Bulgaria, although they did pretend he was from Russia for a bit. But either way, that was good. What Rusev did after that, though, kind of sucked. You had Rusev with that blonde woman, Summer Rae, didn't really work. And then you had Lana in a on-screen relationship with Dolph Ziggler. How ironic that she was in a She was in an on-screen relationship with Dolph Ziggler, considering all the rumours out there that she's been in a relationship with Ziggler since leaving WWE. And, you know, that's another thing that we'll talk about before we go on about the 2-year Legends deal or whatnot. I truly believe, now, listen, obviously, I don't know these two personally, but when they went to AEW, they split up, they went their separate ways. Rusev, reports were this guy was happy sitting in the house playing video games, and Lana was more of an outgoing. She wanted to go out and party with her friends and some of the fellow male wrestlers. And when you seen that, honestly, when you see Lana going out partying and Rusev sitting in the fucking house, I mean, who could be surprised that they broke up? I mean, honestly, who can be shocked that this relationship came to an end? You've got Rusev, like, who is reportedly a guy that doesn't really, I don't know if he's antisocial, but look, he enjoys sitting in the house. He seems to be a home guy, you know, a guy that doesn't really want to go out, and there's nothing wrong with that. If that's the kind of person that, I would argue that maybe playing video games all day is a bit, you know, maybe you need to sort your life out and maybe play video games, you know, a bit less sporadic or something. I don't know. Play video games maybe twice a week or some shit like that. But I mean, that's fine. If Rusev's not really an outgoing person and he doesn't want to go out partying all the time, I mean, that's absolutely fine. But it's a strange dynamic when you've got Rusev, who was reportedly happy sitting at home playing his video games and not going out. And then he's got, let's be honest, Lana, CJ Perry, an extremely hot woman who is going out with her girlfriends and other male wrestlers, going to clubs, partying, wearing very revealing fucking outfits. Is anybody surprised? I mean, is anybody surprised here that the two of them broke up? I mean, if they were really happy, wouldn't she be, I don't know, sitting at home with him, and wouldn't he be going out with her? Just a very strange dynamic. I remember seeing that, and she would be going out partying with Dolph Ziggler, and then you get the reveal that they broke up. I don't think that came to a surprise to anybody. However, maybe more surprisingly is the fact that it appears that they're now back together, and they apparently just recently renewed their vows in Los Angeles. Now, I don't care, honestly. If these two are in love with each other, then that's great. Doesn't make a difference to me. I don't care about it. However, I would say that the timing, I think, is a little bit convenient. We know that Rusev has been pretty much gone from AEW for a while now. Listen, I mean, yeah, his contract might have recently came to an end, but there's been rumours that Rusev has been returning to WWE and that he wanted to go back to WWE, and that would be his next step. And for me, you know, I just can't help think that the timing when Rusev is being rumoured to go back to WWE, that is all of a sudden when Lana gets back with Rusev, and that is when they rekindle their marriage and renew their vows. And now that Rusev's been brought in on a 2-year deal, CJ Perry is also getting brought in with him on a Legends deal. Does CJ Perry get brought back to WWE without Rusev? I don't think so. So, you know, I mean, it is what it is, but it almost feels like to me that Lana's like, because let's be honest, Tony Khan, he would hire Lana without Rusev because he would hire anybody. Anybody Tony Khan can get his hands on that has a former WWE, you know, name value or what, or not even name value, just anybody that's had a contract, basically. Anyone that's had a paycheck signed by WWE, Tony Khan is happy to bring in. You know, he thinks that's going to boost his company. He thinks signing any former WWE person is going to make AEW great. I don't understand that logic for Tony Khan, but that's what he thinks. So yeah, I mean, Lana could go to any other company, but I feel like Lana to go to WWE, she's only really going to be wanted if she is part of a package that comes with Rusev. So, I mean, that's my opinion. I just think the timing of it is very weird. And who can forget Lana's stint as a wrestler? I mean, it's I say who can forget it. It was very forgettable in the sense that here, it was bad and that it was fucking shite and that it should never happen again. But at the same time, it's memorable because she was actually good as a Fale. You know, she was good as a Fale. That wasn't enough for her, though. She wanted to try and be a wrestler. She wanted to step into the ring, and it's like, Like, who's to say she couldn't? Who's to say she couldn't have had some matches as Lana, as Rusev's wife, as the Russian Fale? She could have had the odd match, you know, but it seemed like she wanted to be like a full-time female wrestler, and she absolutely sucked in the ring. I mean, she was just like Maxine Dupree, and you know what was the point? Like, why give up a good role when you're actually a good Fale? And you know, in a generation, in an era where Fales are pretty much gone now, we don't really see Fales in the wrestling business. They're pretty much extinct. But Lana did a good job in that role, and she decided that that role wasn't good enough because she wanted to, you know, go in the ring and wrestle, and her wrestling career turned out to be absolutely shit. So, was it worth it? Was it worth it? I think not. Anyway, I mean, that's pretty much it. Will Lana be on TV? I mean, I hope so. I think that Rusev would benefit from having Lana alongside him. And, I mean, can they just pretend that nothing happened over the 10 years and go back to what they had in 2014-15? I mean, maybe. Possibly. It's worth a try. I mean, why not? I mean, why not? Let's just pretend the last 10 years didn't happen and see if they can reset this thing and see if they can get some of the momentum that they had back then. Because, I mean, Rusev was a good heel, and he was, you know, he was a good dominant monster heel, and Lana was, you know, hot, a good Fale, good on the mic. She was, you know, she was good for Rusev. So maybe this partnership can work, guys. But yeah, 2-year deal. You know, it just looks like Rusev has been signed, or Miro, whatever you want to call him. He's been signed as an active wrestler. He's been signed as a talent. Whereas CJ Perry's been signed as a legend. And yeah, for me, I just don't think she comes back to the WWE without Rusev. I don't think she's getting signed to a Legends deal if she's not part of a package that Rusev is with her. So that's my opinion. Let me know what you guys think down below. Rusev's back, Lana's back, and I mean, he's a lot more interesting than Gunther. If there's only room for one European on the roster, then I hope it's Gunther. But I mean, you look at it, man. We're beginning to get too many Europeans, just like we had too many Lucha Libre. You know, just too many fucking Mexican guys, and we've got too many Mexicans. Now we're getting too many Europeans. You got Rusev, Miro, Dragunov, Kaiser. You know, it's too much. We don't want it anymore. And I think that other guy got released, Monfel, Bartel, or whatever he's called. Good. He sucked. Till next time. Peace.